Live on the LI Sports Network. WSP Rockville Center underway here at the TOB. Wantagh 3-1 entering tonight's matchup. RVC 1-1 entering the game. Travis Quigley here on the call. Gabe Takuri running social media. Our producers tonight, Sam Musnick and Rowan Thlodick. And on the camera is Anthony Papasadero. Rafffield in, takes a shot, hits the backboards. Pass into the slots, taken away. And racing down the ice, Colin Height. 9 points in 4 games for Height. Driving wide, backhand, forehand, rings it off the post. Scaccia through the middle, and it's tipped right back. Reagan over the line. Shot hits the glass, well over the head of tonight's starting netminder for the Kings. Trying to get a number, apologies there. Nothing on the sleeves, tough to tell. As racing in, nice move just over the shoulder of the RVC starting netminder, Sean Barrett. So I just got confirmation it's Peter Tuminello in the net for the Kings tonight. As it's chipped out, Epstein racing after it, dumps it in. Tuminello stops it up. Good pace to start this one. Rotondaro over the blue. Ramps up a stick, goes out of play. Our first game of the night, a 3-2 overtime win for Oceanside over POBIT. And that one also is a very close matchup. Two teams that toe-to-toe battled for the full 45 minutes, needed a bit of extra time. Kings win the draw, and a big slap shot from Nordstrom is gloved. One back to Nordstrom. It comes out of the zone. Kings have to retreat to tag up on side. RVC get the puck out. It's right back with the Kings, though. A quick regroup, and they're moving north. Polyakov takes possession. Johnson with a snapshot wide. Puck hung up on the back of the net. Both sides trying to hack it off. We'll get a stoppage in play instead. Kings drive through off the face-off, and it's red line and in for Penzavecchia. Point shot off target. Goldstein. Touch pass to the middle now. Comes out of the zone. Kings put it back in. Big hit thrown. As Penzavecchia was knocked down by Reagan in the slot, paddled aside by Barrett. Up the wall, chipped out to Reagan. Reagan is slowed up by Height. Penzavecchia there to take the puck. Turnover forced. Chance here. They score! First shot of the game for the Cyclones. It's Philip Uspensky. 1-0 for RVC. One shot, one goal. All the Cyclones needed there, as that one goes top corner on Tuminello. And 3 minutes and 6 seconds into this game, it's the Cyclones with the 1-0 advantage. D'Amico, first to touch. Kings trying to respond quickly. It pops back door to D'Amico. Can't get the shot through. Chick-Vinaya got back in the lane. Breakout. Connor Lohan was back blocking that one. Backhander's batted out of the air by Lohan. He's knocked to the ice. Kings bench hoping for a penalty, nothing coming. Play's gonna continue. It's touched up at the red line by Epstein. So no icing on the play. Epstein and Jaworski continue to battle. Pass is blocked. Comes out of the zone for Lohan. Clears. Red line back in for McClelland. Racing to keep it in. Slavy back down the boards, plugging it up. Nordstrom. Kings get it out. Scaccia ahead. 2-on-2 rush. Joining late is Birch. Gets the pass. One-timer. He scores! Quick response for the Kings. Birch gets his third of the season, and it's 1-1. Trailing late, found the soft ice right in the middle of the house, center of the slot, and puts the one-timer over Barrett's glove. 1-1 game now. Not even 5 minutes gone. Unable to handle the pass clean was Birch there. Comes back to Fama. Red lining in. Hard wrap around the board, so Barrett just stays put in the paint. Kicks all the way back across, and Stalzer collects. Chips it ahead. 2-on-1 for the Cyclones. Across in the skates. Shoveling it out on net, but wide. Borriello just couldn't put that on target. Good look on the early pass from Polyakov. Now the other way. It's Birch. Fans on the pass. Came off the heel of the stick. Was trying to saucer it over. Cyclones clear. Kings get it back. Moved ahead to Fama. One-handed into the zone. Avoids a check. It's held at the line. Chance here. Driving in. Shooting. Barrett save. Rebound still free. That chance gets blocked. Scaccia on the backhand. It's blocked again. Polyakov clears the zone. Kings must tag up. Delayed offside. Stretch pass to Uspensky off the bench. In, drops it for Reagan. He shoots, he scores! What a snipe from the captain, Matthew Reagan. 2-1 lead for the Cyclones. I'm not sure how Reagan found any space at all right there. Going to the short side, just found the pocket. Lead restored for RVC. Reagan redirects it into the zone. First to it, Rathfield. Chance blocked up in front. Still loose in the slot. And now out comes Versace. Across and hacked in by Matheson. Uspensky has it now. Clears it out of the zone. Back ahead to Versace. Quick rezone entry. But the Cyclones get it back. A flip into neutral ice, and Reagan's in, but offside. Reagan trying to push it into the zone. Rotondaro got a piece, and now Versace can go the other way. Versace is forced behind the net, continues to drive his feet, though. Pass to the point, broken up. Uspensky, self-chip, one-on-one opportunity. Trying to work it to the middle. Keeping possession despite being hounded. Epstein comes across, plays the body, tried to get the puck back for Uspensky, and then just couldn't settle it down. Kings clear, and Rose takes it, stops up behind the net. D to D from McClellan. Up the wall, Turned over. Versace on the keep-in. Plays it across into some empty space, but first to it are the Cyclones. Whacked out of the zone by Maurizio. Versace dumps it back in as Avina stepped up, took a check to make the play. Height settles it at the red line. Cuts back. And Height starts to go. Height dangles to the outside. Looking to go 5-hole, and it's covered up. .7:20 remaining in the first period. 2-1 the score line in favor of the Cyclones. Weak side wrap, and Height's there to keep it in. Settles a rolling puck. Splits through two. Shot is blocked. Forced out of the zone by Chickvinaya. 2-on-1 chance. Borriello driving. Shot hits the iron. Height breaks it out through the middle. It's just forced out by Costello, who couldn't settle the pass down, but did a nice job letting the stick be a ramp to get it out. Height continues to show off the skating ability. Curls at the hash, draws a couple defenders to him. That goes off the post for Lohan. Both sides getting plenty of offensive opportunities here in this first period. Wrapped around. Slaby couldn't get it out. Chickvinaya there, backing him up, clears. Takes a friendly hop, and Johnson scoops with numbers again. Johnson shoots it on the back check, broken up by Penzavecchia. Uspensky fires, pad save. To the point. Slaby, it's blocked in front by Height. Polyakov cycling it low. It's stopped up with the skates by Height and sauces it across to Costello. Costello's going to gain the red line, dump it opposite corner, and head off for a line change. Nordstrom rolling puck, floats it at the net, save made, and it's covered by Barrett. One back to Nordstrom, a slap shot, takes a redirection, fighting it off with Sean Barrett. Delayed penalty now. Nordstrom touches up. Tuminello racing to the bench. Dished over for Fama. Now the Cyclones able to jab it away, gain possession, and a power play upcoming for WSP. It's Goldstein in the box here. Kings get the first power play of the game. Off the draw, they set it up. Point for Penzavecchia. Right flank, Height through the seam. Wrist shots blocked. Batted out of the air, and it's going to be called a high stick going on the Cyclones. Less than 5 to go now in the first. Uspensky and Reagan for the Cyclones, Birch for the Kings. to the bumper spot. That goes wide. Height drops down to collect. Fakes Height, walks it, and the shot missed. Fama. Cycled down low. McClellan there first, clears. Height knocks it down between the blue and the red. Right back into the zone. It's Height, bad angle shot. And Barrett takes it off the shoulder, hits the rafters. And the faceoff stays inside. Kings win the draw. A minute left on the man advantage. Penzavecchia to the boards. Versace, goal line. Scaccia, a spin around Rose. Cuts back for Penzavecchia in the middle. Bounces over to Height. Height fans on the pass. And Uspensky is able to do just enough to get it out. Reagan now pressuring and helps get it the rest of the way. Versace back to scoop with 30 on the man advantage. Puck moved to Height on the zone entry. Chances blocked. Recovers it beneath the goal line, but two defenders on. Back to the point. Pad save. Rebound. A stick lift, and it's collected by Scaccia. Uspensky takes it away. Fires hard off the wall. Penzavecchia collects, 2 seconds and one. Back comes Goldstein, and it's 5-on-5 once again. Uspensky on a stick check. And almost a 2-on-0 that could have developed there. Scaccia saves the day. Across to Height, collects it on the backhand. 3 minutes remaining in the first. Out to the slot, nobody there. Penzavecchia can take it off the boards, but it's forced out to neutral ice. Reagan knocks him off the puck, and Uspensky collects it. Cuts to the other side, takes a wrister that's punched away by Tuminello. Racing over was Raffield. And now we got a penalty being called here on the Kings. Penzavecchia to the box. Two and a 10 for Penzavecchia. 2-minute minor head contact, 10-minute misconduct. That's always attached to that minor penalty. So we'll see Penzavecchia again around the 5-minute mark of period 2. Offensive zone draw. Touched across for Uspensky. Back to center point. Rose to the left flank. Uspensky again. No lane. D to D with the pass. Cyclones being patient with it here. To the point one more time. Just held at the line. Now that wrister goes through. Blocker saved. Rebound to the corner. Reagan up top one more time. Cross to the left side. Dragging. Backdoor for Reagan. They score! On the power play, it's the captain times 2. Reagan gets his second of the night. It's 3-1. The power play goal for the Cyclones extends the lead to 2 goals here. With 2:09 to go in the third period, back to 5-a-side hockey. It's a beautiful pass from NYIHSHL to find Reagan there on that back post. And they keep it in, forcing a turnover here. Looking across to NYIHSHL, but diving, getting in the way for WSP. It was Rotondaro. It was a great defensive play. Backhanded into the opposite corner by Carrieri. Pops up to the point, but splits the 2 defensemen. Nordstrom there. Curls back north. Dumps it in, comes off the stick of Stalzer. Stalzer wraps it around to NYIHSHL. Gets a touch on it, not out, first try. Held again by the Kings. Battle continues. Pressed up against the boards, wrapped around to Sobel. Sobel off the wall. Chikvanaya, nice move on the entry. Chikvanaya shoots, save for Tuminello. Takes the whistle with 1:01 left in this opening frame. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight on the LI Sports Network. Make sure you follow us on social media. Hit subscribe on YouTube. Now that the NYIHSHL is in full swing, don't want to miss a second of the action. So again, make sure you're following us on those social media channels. Hit subscribe on YouTube. We've got all the varsity games at the TOB and at Long Beach. Delayed offside here on WSP. Stretched out by the Cyclones. It pops about 25 feet in the air and ends up rolling into the zone after a couple bounces. Kicks cross corner, 30 seconds remaining. 2-on-2 battle. Cyclones dig it free. Orizio to the point, McClellan couldn't find a lane, just smacks it down low again. Back up top, Goldstein there. Felt the pressure, flips it low. 13 seconds left, out to the high slot. Epstein turns and shoots. Rebound off the stop. Epstein gets it again. Takes a bump, 5 seconds to go. Across the seam. Back over, goes through the legs of Maurizio. Time expires. 3-1 after 1 for the Cyclones. Uspensky and Regan twice. Birch for the Kings. We'll be back for the second period in just a moment. Back for the second period here on the LI Sports Network. Travis Quigley on the call. Sam Musnick, Gabe Takuri, Rowan Loddick, and Anthony Papasadero, the rest of the crew here on LISN. Kings right in with a shot. Rebound generated. Still loose in the blue paint. And then it's shoveled underneath the pad of Sean Barrett. 19 seconds in. WSP looking for a quick one to make this a one-goal contest once again. Get you a quick look at that opportunity once again. As the draws come back, and it's redirected to the corner. Cyclones get it out immediately. There's a tight look in front there. Really good opportunity for the Kings to start this second. 3-1 the scoreline as RVC's in front. A turnover forced though, and Birch right back in. He'll fire. Punched away. Rebound in the high slot, and Rathfield one-hands it out. And it's poked ahead to Reagan, who's on a breakaway. Reagan shoots. He scores! Hat-trick goal for the captain. Toss your caps. It's 4-1 Cyclones. Cyclones weather the early storm and they spring out for a break. Matthew Reagan gets the breakaway chance and makes no mistake on it. 4-1 now for RVC. Kings keep it in, trying to get the offense going here. Weak side wrap, and right out comes Sobel, splitting through two. It's a 2-on-1 chance. Sobel, backdoor try, just missed. Chickvanaya, back low to Sobel. Tries to cut it out, paddle in the way there from Tuminello, up to the point. Rister deflected and kicked back out of the zone. Rotondaro, first back for it for WSP, starting the breakout. Doesn't find a home on the pass, but the Kings continue to work for it. Chop back down into the Kings zone. Rotondaro looking long. Knocked out of the air, landed perfectly on Versace's stick. Barrett out to stop it. Matheson out as the first forechecker. Versace joins him as F2 and takes the puck. Versace trying to go to the point, though, and it's intercepted, brought out by Sobel. Numbers here. Off to the left side. A wrist shot went wide. Ilyich just missed there. Stick lift Sobel. Looking for Maurizio off the bench. Skates into it, rolling puck. He's trying to find the tape of Chickvanaya, but end of the shift for him, so wants to head off for a change. Move to Matheson. He's going to get a one-on-one chance here. Driving in. Shot gets blocked. Goldstein found the lane, got in it. Moved ahead for Sobel. Tries to drop it at neutral ice, and Costello's there to take it back into the offensive zone. Pad stop for Barrett. Played around the wall. Nordstrom on the keep-in. His shot gets blocked. Kings keep it in, though. Lohan chips it in, trying to get back to work. Nordstrom wins the stick battle. Takes it back down the boards. He's knocked to the ice. Still looking for the puck. Both sides. It's dug free. Pops out. Lohan kept it in. But a secondary whack from Maurizio got it out. Height. Skating backwards, trying to find a lane. Again, just showing off the footwork. Quick head fake, continues on the outside, looking to go short side, and missed. Ends up helping break the Cyclones out, and it leads for a breakaway. Epstein in, and Height works all the way back, lifts the stick, doesn't let Epstein get a shot through. That's phenomenal effort right there. Now Costello to the front, sticked away by Barrett. Epstein back out of the zone. Nordstrom goes across D to D. A collision at the blue line between Nordstrom and Epstein. Height comes in 3-on-3. Height to the net, redirected, loose in the paint, diving back to grab it was Barrett. That puck was on edge, rolling over to cross the goal line, and Barrett just reached back in time. Keeps this a 4-1 hockey game. 10:50 left in the second. Comes up the wall, stretch pass broken up by Varsity. Versace's pass knocked out of the air. Kings just throw it long into clear. Versace steps up. Taken away. Back north for the Kings. Shot blocked. Cyclones doing an incredible job, specifically in this period, of blocking shots. At the top of my head, there's at least 6. And we just hit the 5-minute mark of period number 2. Versace backhands it through neutral ice. Goldstein there, right back ahead. Physicality picking up just a bit. The puck comes in through the middle. Chance there, shot on, and it's stuck under the pad of Barrett. Just got the leg down in time. Face off to go left of Sean Barrett here. Kings win it. Jumping it immediately, Rathfield couldn't get the stick on it to get it out though. Now the clearing attempt comes off his bucket. Circles back with it, swings it to Stalzer. Stalzer off the boards, collected by Reagan. Reagan continuing to be forced backwards by the Kings here. Now it's Uspensky who just drops it off for Reagan. Reagan driving wide on Height. Reagan trying to go between the legs, but the shot went wide. Already got 3 tonight. Let's get the 4th in style, Matthew Reagan was thinking. Glove down. Rathfield drops it back. Reagan shoots, stick save. Slavey on the keep-in. That one's blocked, batted out of the air, glove down. Rathfield couldn't get the shot through. Height swiped it away in time. Long pass for Rathfield, broken up. Reagan there, lost an edge as he was crossing the red line. Height gets the pass with room to skate. Broken up between the blue and the red. Dumped in, and Versace was there to help. Height to Fama. Couldn't keep it in. And now Sobel gets a pass and is off on a breakaway. Sobel in to the backhand, just lost possession. And then Tumanello makes the stop on the try from Ilyich. Stretch pass. Deflection in, staying on side. Scatchy, nice play there. Stops up quickly. That one fended off by Barrett. Back to the point. Nordstrom's blast. Dropping down to the knee. Max Slavey getting in the lane and gets a rousing ovation from his netminder. Barrett appreciating that one. Slavey getting a couple of taps as he gets back to the bench as well, as that will fire up the group. You drop down, you block a shot as hard as Nordstrom can shoot it. Team's going to get fired up from that. Back to McClellan. Pushes it down the boards. Rotondaro felt some pressure, just sends it long, and we're just past the halfway point of the game now. 7:29 remaining in the second period. 4-1 lead for RVC. 3 goals in the first, 1 here in the second. Coming off the back of a hat trick of Matthew Reagan. And that one, right off the draw, they score again. Epstein goes bar down. 5-1 now for the Cyclones. What a shot right there from Epstein. It's the Cyclones with the puck. Long pass, Maurizio dumps it in, takes a hard check from Nordstrom. Say it a lot, sometimes you got to take the hit to make the play. And Maurizio's right back on it, cycles it in. That goes off the iron as Borriello stepped off the goal line. Puts it back in front. Epstein kicked away in his skates. And now Nordstrom collects and wheels out. Numbers for the Kings. And takes the shot, but offside was called. Penzavecchia returns to the hockey game after serving that 2 and 10. Draw one by the Kings. Cyclones just jump right back on it, though. Height forced to just throw it back down the sheet. Stalzer D-to-D. Goldstein. Reagan for Stalzer. Raffield. Backhand to Uspensky. Uspensky trying to cut outside on Height. Knifed it away. Scaccia now. 2-on-2 on the rush. And kicked away from him by Goldstein. Scaccia trying to recover it. Knocks it off the wall. Burt shoots. Barrett saves. We had a hot start to this matchup. RVC with a quick goal. Kings with a quick response. RVC responds quick as well. And from there on, it's been 4 straight for the Cyclones. And the Kings have not had much of an answer for what the Cyclones have brought in terms of pace and the offensive pressure, just really hounding pucks throughout the course of this game. Matheson in, shoots, generates a rebound, but right there to push it to the corner was Goldstein. Out of the zone comes the captain. On 3, trying to make it 4. His shot gets blocked. Reagan watches it sky up into the netting. It's the Clones with the puck. Backhanded in, Rose pinches down, plugs the wall. Walks it off the boards now to the goal line for Johnson. Johnson trying to stop up. Moves it to the middle. Popped up in the air for a moment. Now back to the slot for Johnson. Shapir was looking into that bumper spot. It pops right back to Shapir, though. Trying to touch it over for Johnson. And Versace will get in the lane, take possession, settles that bouncing puck, and starts the rush. Versace's in. Drags. He gets the stick lifted, and that will allow Rose to take possession. Moves it across to Polyakov. Polyakov, cross corner, flips it in. Rotondaro, fanned on the wrap. Fama back for it. And a quick reversal is going to be taken away. Polyakov, one-time try off the heel of the stick of Sean Johnson. Height leads the breakout, and it's 3-on-2. Height to the outside. Tucks the shoulder, curls back. Behind the net with it. Losing the footing was Rotondaro. Puck gets kept in by the pinching Fama. Rose takes a check. Engaging in battle in the corner, one-on-one, kicked low. Fama off the back of the net, one-handed into the slot. And the Cyclones, only ones there to take it. Flipped all the way down the sheet by Polyakov. Cyclones will take the icing. 3:44 to go in the second period, and it's a 5-1 hockey game in favor of RVC. Costello trying to go low. It's blocked. Penzavecchia keeps it in. Penalty being called here as Sobel gets back up, scoops the biscuit. Goldstein there to help. Goldstein shoots. And it's gloved by Tuminello. Power play upcoming for the Cyclones. Back to Rose, D to D. Through the seam, Reagan, one touch back, jumped up on him, and it comes all the way out of the zone. Rose regroups. Reagan with a ton of speed, scoops the biscuit. Turning and burning, continues wide. Around the net, wheeling into the high slot for Uspensky, off to the flank. Back across, Reagan winds and fires. Kicks off the pad and goes over the netting, out of the rink. That was a blast of a one-timer. To Rose at the center point. It's deflected down. Save made. Nordstrom trying to clear. Still a minute 10 left on the power play. NYIHSHL settles. Reagan into the slot. Chikvanaya behind the back pass. Uspensky gets robbed by Tuminello. NYIHSHL. Reagan. Pass back for NYIHSHL. Birch, a high flip, continues after it. Barrett with a long pass, avoiding the check. NYIHSHL drops it off. Uspensky trying to get the pass from Epstein, and WSP clear. Epstein right back in though. Takes a bounce off a skate, toe save for Tuminello. That was not easy. He was fully stretched out. Back to 5-on-5 hockey as Costello is out of the box. Epstein and Nordstrom come together behind the net of Tuminello. Kings chip it out. Chance here. Fama scoops it. The pass is blocked. Final minute of period 2. And here comes Sobel, splitting the D, off on a breakaway. It's Sobel trying to get the shot off, save made. There is a delayed penalty. Kings touch it up, slashing call on the play. Nordstrom going to the box, 2 for slashing. And the Clones go back on the power play. And Nordstrom was also just given a 10-minute misconduct as well. Right off the draw, another stop, so we're going to face off from the same spot here. Clearing attempt across. Solid keep in right there. Now Chickveana gloves it down. Drops it back through the seam. Broken up in the lane was Penzavecchia. It's held in at the blue line though. All the way across. Iliot's shot is blocked and skips out to neutral ice. Reagan curls. Slides it to Uspensky on the zone entry. A cut back to the point. Now to the goal line. Reagan. Pass is blocked. 10 seconds to go. Stalls her for Reagan. Behind the back. Blocked and cleared. That'll do it for period 2. 5-1 lead for the Cyclones. Hat trick from Matthew Reagan. Ethan Epstein added a tally in this period. The opening goal of the game, Philip Uspensky. Dean Birch is the lone goal scorer for WSP. Shots after 2 periods of play are 21-19 in favor of the Clones. We'll be back in just a minute with the 3rd period here on the LI Sports Network. Third period begins. Power play continues here for RVC. They've got a minute left on it and a 4-goal lead. I want to thank you all again for joining us tonight on the LI Sports Network for varsity hockey in the New York Islanders High School Hockey League. Dished over to Epstein, goes down to the goal line. Uspensky's redirection was stopped up. Rose keeps it in. Raffield through the seam. Just overstepping it was Uspensky, and the Kings get it out. Rose curls, moves it long, and it's Jaworski who's able to clear for WSP. Carrieri getting ready to come out, serving the penalty for Nordstrom, who was called for a 2 and a 10. 2 for slashing, and then picked up a 10-minute unsportsmanlike conduct in the process. 5-on-5 once again. Sobel with a little flip across to Rathfield. Gains the line, dumps it in. Borriello back over to McClelland. Looking for Sobel just beyond his reach. Icing called on the Cyclones. Kings get an offensive zone draw now. Shot through a sea of traffic. Barrett didn't see it till it hit him in the jersey. Chip and chase for the Clones. Not stopping the work here, even with the big lead. Move to Jaworski. Forced wide and around the net. Continuing to work for it. It's pulled off the boards and flipped out. Solid job on the wall by Borriello. Emma gets it. Over to Matheson. Back for Avina. Came off a stick and Fama collects. Cutting middle, knocked off the puck by Johnson. Turnover forced, though, to the net. Costello kicked away. Barrett. McClelland for Borriello. Sent in by Maurizio, and a wholesale line change for the Cyclones. Uspensky dangles in off the glove of Tuminello and goes out of play. Shot blocked up. Uspensky stays with it to Goldstein. Down the boards. Rathfield took a bump. Stuck on the back of the net, hacked off, and sent up the boards by Versace. Reagan there breaking it up, keeping it in. Versace continues to drive, one-hands it out of the zone. Swatted back ahead. Uspensky in, offside. Kings dump it in after winning the faceoff in neutral ice. Backhanded up the boards to Uspensky. Driving in, cuts middle. Walks and shoots. Hit Rathfield in the back of the leg, though. A loose puck. And it's picked up and wheeled out by Birch. Drops it off. Low hand. Punched away by Barrett. Birch Cycles it in, taking the check from Uspensky in the process. Rose trying to spin away from Lohan with the puck. Rose goes up the boards, Reagan across for Uspensky. Hits Reagan. Reagan in the high slot. Hits nothing but glass, though. Collects his own rebound and walks the blue line. Has it knifed away from him. Rose on a keep-in. Off to the corner. Uspensky drags and shoots. Hits the glass, goes out of play. NYIHSHL on the face-off win. Lover Sobel. To McClellan. Skips over the stick, though. Barrett going to have to race out to play it because Rotondaro was on his horse coming after it. Rose jumps it at the red line. Chikvanaya cutting across the ozone. Drop for NYIHSHL. Through some traffic, a pad stop, and a second one. Matheson scoops and wheels. Drops it off for Fama. Fama. Knifed away. Sauce out of the zone. Drop pass. And potential for numbers here. Chikvayana gets tied up. Goes skate to stick. Stops up. Back to the point for Rose. Rose with a shot, save, rebound. A second one there. Two quick ones for Tuminello. It's held at the blue line. NYIHSHL with a stutter step, walk and shot, blocker stop. Rose plugging the boards, keeping the puck in. Now the Kings dig it out and clear. Rotondaro gets the pass at the blue, dishes it over. Matheson, stick lifted by NYIHSHL, can't get a shot off. Clearing attempt held in, but Sobel battles, takes it away. Numbers now for the Cyclones. Chikvanaya drops, NYIHSHL in. Low shot for a rebound, and squirts in behind the net. NYIHSHL to the point. Stalzer. That's blocked up. Birch fires it around. Half the period gone, half it to go. Matheson dumps it down the sheet. Barrett keeps it moving. Stalzer drops it back for Borriello. Down to Goldstein. Return to him. Forced behind the net. Keeps possession. Hits Goldstein with it. That shot ramped up the stick of Epstein, but over the head of Tuminello. On a keep-in. Knocked to the ice was Maurizio. There is a delayed penalty here, so racing to the bench was Barrett. Extra skater on. Epstein's going to be forced back to the neutral zone. Swings it to Uspensky, who's on as the extra skater. Goldstein going long. Epstein trying to touch it back. And the Kings will take possession, get the whistle. It's a cross-checking call on Birch. One to the boards by the Kings, and they clear. Pass just behind Rotondaro, who is springing, trying to get a break. Uspensky curls away from him. Enters the O-zone once again. Stops up. Working into the power play setup through the seam. Sobel looking back post. And broken up by Penzavecchia. Now over to Sobel with a lane to the net. He scores. Sobel on the power play. 6-1 Clones. .606 remaining, and it's a 6-1 hockey game now. Cyclones have brought it tonight. Turnover forced. Matheson trying to drive it to the net. It was just poked away. Versace knocked away right off the stick by Slaby. Scoops the stick back up, driving to the net though, Fama. And Slaby, as he picked it up, I think realized it was broken, couldn't scoop it up to play. Can the Kings take advantage? One-time try, Barrett. Push to the top of the crease in time, makes the pad save. Slaby gets a stick from the forward Polyakov, who then shows his best Lionel Messi impression, kicking it out of the zone. Kings back in with numbers here. Chance goes wide after dropping it through the skates for shots. Versace showing a bit of skill. Uspensky in, showing off his hands now. Stops behind the net, bank pass to himself, and stolen away, back by Versace with 4:44 to go. Angled off the puck by Reagan. Played across the sheet, and McClellan's going to be able to jump up on this one. Re-enters, has Uspensky, drops it to him, fires, and Tuminello with the stop. Kings are going to get a power play chance here, as McClellan gets a 2-minute minor for slashing. 4:25 to go. And again, a 2-minute minor on McClellan for slashing. The last goal for the Cyclones, again on the power play, was Sobel, assisted by Rose and Uspensky. One into the slot for Avina. Backhand try, stick save. Rebound, pushed wide by Birch. Raffield settles it down. Looking to clear. A long stretch pass. Beautiful reception by Uspensky. He's in on a break, and he scores. Sneaks it 5-hole. That was clean from Uspensky. 7-1 off the shorty. Avina to Fama over the line. Shot goes off the glove of Barrett, out of play. 4:01 remaining now in this hockey game. 7-1 the score. The Cyclones got that second goal and have not looked back at all as they clear it down. Power play continuing here for WSP. The shorty from Uspensky off that stretch pass from Chase Raffield. Reagan splitting through two. Slides it over to Raffield, who taps it in. Another shorty for the Clones. Versace settling it. Takes it back behind his own net. Minute left on the power play here for WSP. Starts to lead the rush. Cuts back to create space from Sobel. Goes it to Penzavecchia. Over the line, offside are the Kings. Sobel curls through neutral ice, moves it to Ilyich, swiped away. Stalzer's there and able to keep the line, putting it deep. Sobel picks the puck up. Hinged back, returned, and one more time to Slaby. Puts it off the wall and out. Penzavecchia, spin move, trying to go off the boards. He was looking for Costello. Sobel breaks it up and drops it all the way back. Barrett will play it to Slaby. Return to 5-on-5, and McClellan out of the box gets the puck. Couldn't get past Penzavecchia. Penzavecchia and Ilyich drive into the boards. Versace redlining in. 2 minutes remaining. Versace staying on it. McClellan stops up, just fans on the pass, and Rotondaro will skate the puck out. Swung back, McClellan intercepts it. Was trying to sneak it through the skates of Penzavecchia. And Penzavecchia is wheeling north now. Penzavecchia tries a toe drag, poked away. Stalzer. A high flip up in the air, glove down by Carrieri. Penzavecchia is back into the offensive zone. One hands it to Lohan. His shot made it to the net. Barrett dives on top of it. Goldstein off the wall. Cyclones get it out. It's dumped back in by Penzavecchia. Stretch now to Epstein. Played across for Reagan. Final minute of the third period. Reagan into the slot. A backhand try. They score again. This time, Ryder Borriello. Kings win the draw. It's flipped in. Get a whistle as it hits a glove on the bench of RVC. Just 48 seconds to go. Cutting over the line was Rose, forced to the corner. Johnson collects the puck now behind the net. Polyakov rolls the circle. Center point, walking in with a lane. Goldstein, but off target with the shot. Kept in by Johnson. Through the seam for Rose. His shot ramps up a stick and goes over the netting out of play with 16 seconds remaining. Back to the point. That one punched away by Tuminello. 10 seconds left. Nordstrom shoots it from his own end. Just goes wide. Barrett didn't see that one coming. If it was on target, it might have been a goal. But that'll do it for this one. Time expires. A big victory for the Clones. They move to 2-1 on the year. 4 points on the season. A 9-1 dub for RVC. Kings will fall to 3-2 here in 25-26. WSP back in action Monday, December 1st, 8:45 game against Garden City. We'll have coverage again of WSP hockey on LISN Sunday, December 7th in a matchup against POBIT. On the other side for RVC, coming off this victory, their next game will be Sunday, the 23rd, 8 p.m. matchup over at Freeport against Oceanside. Next game for RVC on the LI Sports Network is going to be Tuesday, December 2nd for an 8:15 matchup against Cold Spring Harbor. Stick with us here. Our player of the game interview coming up next. Travis Quigley here with our player of the game tonight from RVC, Matthew Regan. Matt, 6-point game for you. 3 goals, 3 assists. You were seeing everything out there, it seemed. Just talk us through your performance in this one. Like I said, 3 goals, 3 assists. Just puck seemed to be finding your stick a lot in this one.
Yeah, no, I think our team wasn't too worried about it. I think we played good. We played good defensively, and we just kept getting pucks past our red line, and then we continued to work. So it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I said it on the air a few times. It was a hot start for both you guys.
Yeah.
A lot of pace to start this game. You guys got the first goal. Kings responded pretty quickly. But after you guys responded and got that lead back, it seemed you really just took off. You ran away with it, and the foot never came off the metal there.
Yeah, I think we just stuck to our fundamentals and just played our game. That's really it. So, yeah.
You guys moved to 2-1 on the season now. I'm sure you guys have a lot of expectations for the year.
Yeah.
Is the object now just continue to build momentum off of this victory?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think our main goal is just to get into first place as of right now. You know, last year we fell a little short, so we're just trying to build off of that. So, yeah.
Appreciate the time, man. Big win for the Clones tonight. 9-1 victory over the Kings. As mentioned, they'll be back in action on LISN Tuesday, December 2nd. Matt, thank you for the time.
Appreciate it.
On behalf of everybody here behind the scenes, Anthony Papasadero, Gabe Takuri, Sam Musnick, and Rowan Hlodick, I'm Travis Quigley. Hope you all have a great rest of the night. Thank you for joining us. More NYIHSHL hockey here on LISN Friday night, down in Long Beach. Thanks again for taking the time out of the night. We'll see you again on Friday.